Alright. Good morning, everybody. It's Kitro. It's currently 9 a.m. And I've decided to make a 3-month ownership update video on my R35 GTR. I'm just gonna basically list the pros and cons that out of like my head, right? I didn't really write anything down. Like, I'm kind of just gonna talk about how I feel about this car. There's pros and cons, and pros that have cons, right? Like, there's fully pros and fully cons, and then pros that has cons, right? So let me think. What should be the first? I mean, I guess I'll start with pros. I mean, the obvious pro is that it's a GTR, right? It's such a cool thing to be driving one of the most popular cars in the world, okay? Like Fast and the Furious, the R34. I forgot that was like Fast 5 or like Fast 6. The R35, I think. Like, this car is legitimately so cool. And like, I kind of like pull up a lawn chair and I sit there just to look at it. Like, this car is beautiful to look at. I'm not sure if you guys remember, but in GTA 5 there was this scene where Jimmy tried selling Michael's boat, and then Michael got pissed, and Jimmy's like, all you do is sit there and look at it. And I was like, well, if you're not using it, then what are you doing, you know? I understand now. Although I love using my car, sitting there and looking at it. 1, safe. 2, not wasting gas. And 3, it's beautiful. I just love sitting there and looking at it. My favorite thing to do with my GTR is sit there and look at it. It's legitimately a beautiful vehicle. From top to bottom, I see no faults with it. It's genuinely a beautiful vehicle. What I would call another pro, it'd be just like the turbo. I came before from a Dodge Challenger, an RT, so it was like a V8. It was a 5.7 liter V8, 300 horsepower car. It was great, fun, and I use it every day to work because I get to work at like now, like at 9 a.m. and I gotta go through like 4 different school zones to get from my house to work. So it's like, by the way, I'm sorry, I'm sick. I got sick for the 3rd time this year. It's probably because where I work, but anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I take the Challenger every day to work because I'm not gonna drive 10 miles an hour with everybody agitated to get to work, or because they're running late to work, and put my car in risk when it doesn't need to be put in risk. I have another car that's much lower priced, that's much more, you know, that I wouldn't want to crash it, but if I crash that one, I feel much more calmer than if I crash this one, right? There's this Mustang over here, keep revving. He saw my car. He wants to race. That's gonna be another con about it, but we're not there yet. But yes, the fact that I have a Challenger was a V8, it's fucking deep sound. You know how those V8 Challengers sound. I have a 2018, it's before they turned to shit. It has this deepness, right? Like, this car is louder, but when you get closer to the Challenger, your ears vibrate by the V8. It's so sexy. But when you're speeding, right? When you're speeding, and you hear this, you're speeding and you hear that, it's so sexy. It's just a generally sexy experience. The little turbo whistling in your ear, it's genuinely a sexy experience. Okay? It's a totally different experience to like the Challenger's roar. You kind of feel like you're racing. Like this is, you kind of feel like you're a race car driver. What's another pro? Okay, so we said the turbo, we said the look, we said the fact that I sit there with a lawn chair and I watch my car for hours. I pull up pictures like it's my baby. I have my camera system, and if I'm at work and I don't bring my car, I'm always looking at it. What's another pro? These bucket seats, like the interior is sleek and it's cool. I like the newer ones that have like, this is a 2013, so it's like, I think there's 3 different versions. I forgot the names. CBA, DBA, whatever. I think this is a DBA if I'm not wrong. But the newest ones that came out, like I think 2017 and up, the full carbon fiber, like everything here, it's so cool. I do not mind this. This stuff is pretty cool still. But the interiors of these GTRs are amazing. Sleek, it literally feels like you're in a race car still. Everything about this car feels like you're racing. Okay? I got the Recaro bucket seats. They're hugging my sides, right? The paddle shifter, my R30, my RT, my Challenger didn't have these. Fucking, like you just saw it, right? No, I'm sorry. Downshifting and upshifting with these paddle shifters is awesome. It's a really awesome thing to experience. I'm not gonna lie to you. As you know, I also have like I modified it. I bought it modified. It had a cop tune. Apparently nobody likes cop tunes here. They like ECU tech. I don't know anything about tuning. So now's when I'm like self-learning. I'm self-teaching myself while my tuners work on it. Excuse me. But yeah, I got it retuned with an ECU tech tune on it. And I kind of put like a they call it burbles, I think, where like it pops. If you watch my past videos, you've heard it. That's really cool. The other thing is, I heard you can your car can catch on fire with that, so I kind of get scared of doing it, because my main problem, which will be a con, is that this costs a lot of money. When the more expensive a car you buy, the more it costs, and I'm not in the right financial tax bracket, whatever you want to call it, to fix a car right now of this caliber. You know what I mean? Although I've heard that Japanese cars, Nissan, Toyota, Honda, these cars last. These cars, you could destroy them. Although I have heard stuff about the transmission of GTRs. I'm guessing that stuff from people that have that have dragged it. Which, by the way, here in Miami, it's a huge scene. I'm in like this group chat with like the GTR owners of South Florida. I can't really see any more pros, because I definitely generalized it. Like what? The look, the feel, the drive with the turbos. I mean, you just hear that motor. My exhaust is aftermarket. It's like a Meister shaft exhaust. I don't know. But it makes my car sound a little louder than usual. Although my dream build, I'd probably if I had fuck you money, I'd definitely I'd rebuild my engine. I want it to be fully safe. I'd rebuild the transmission. I'd rebuild the engine. My turbos are dying, so I would get pure 1000 turbos, and that's why I would rebuild the engine, because I want my engine to be perfectly fine. If I'm gonna get bigger turbos instead of my stock turbos, right? I don't want my engine, my pistons, my rods to have too much air coming in them, eventually destroying the engine. So I'd want to have a built engine with a built transmission, because a GTR problem is the transmission section of things. And then then I put the pure 1000 turbos, and then I get a Valvetronic. I get a Valvetronic R35 exhaust kit. Like, I get like the whole downpipe and everything. Now, I guess that's another pro that that compared to my Challenger, this car gives me so many more like ideas of modifications, right? Like, there's so many more things to do with this car than what you could do with a Challenger, both on a visual perspective and on the inside as well. At least that's what it feels like. Something else that's a pro and a con. We're going to the pros and cons now. Okay, the pros and cons. That means they have their good and their bad. This is the yin and yang section, right? It's the it's again how it drives, but I'm talking specifically the gear changes. When you drive this car, 1 through 6, when you switch gears, regardless if you're on the paddle shifters or you're on automatic, every time you switch a gear, you're going to feel it. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel the you know what I mean? You know, and that's amazing. It legitimately feels like you're racing. I've said this so many times already. But why is that a con? Because I live in a very packed city. So changing from the 1 to the 2 to the 3, when I'm driving maybe 25 to 20 miles per hour in traffic, and then going because it's going up and down on automatic, right? Because nobody wants to be shifting gears again and again. I'm sorry. I would love to. If I lived in Montana, I would be straight up on manual all the time. But I do not live in Montana, so I have to deal with the automatic because I don't want to. It's just like, why am I going to put myself through the extra effort, okay? But this is an automatic complaint, because I know you can just kind of like hold it. Although, when you're on manual, on paddle shifters, it automatically, like if you reach a certain threshold on the RPMs, it will automatically downshift you, okay? That's the thing, that it will automatically downshift you if you're on paddle shifters. It won't shift you up automatically. You have to do it, or else you'll redline. But when you're driving manual and you're reaching a certain point, you're like on the 4th gear, and you're reaching like 25 miles per hour, it's gonna downshift you. If you reach 18, it's gonna downshift you to 3. If you reach 12, it's gonna downshift you to 2. It's gonna do it automatically. I'm not sure if that's a pro or a con. I genuinely don't mind it, but that's just a fact that I wanted to mention. Okay, that's a pro and a con right there. Another pro and a con, I'd say, would be the attention. I had to get my windows tinted, right, because I wasn't used to it. And I don't like it when people just kind of stop, or a big thing is I don't like racing. I'm sorry, these cops here are really strict, but I see that Mustang's revving, the one that we saw earlier, right? That Mustang wants me to put me side by side, and he wants either to race me or cut up with me. I cut up with a Mustang like a few weeks ago, and I'm like, yeah, I'm being a fucking idiot, but I kind of wanted to see how it felt, and I'm like, yeah, I'm being an idiot. If I crash this car, I will either total it or not be able to afford to fix it for a few months, and there goes the fun, right? But yeah, it'd be the attention that it gets, because when I didn't have a GTR, this is my dream car. I've seen some people in the comments say that I bought this car for views. I've always wanted a GTR. It's legitimately my favorite car. When I got the Challenger when I was 18 years old, I didn't know anything about cars. I literally bought it because of Fast and the Furious. But once COVID hit, I started kind of like, I had nothing to do at home, right? And video games were kind of boring here and there. So I looked at cars. And I'm like, wait, I really like JDM. I like Japanese domestic vehicles. I know this is like USDM, but like this has a Japanese like connection with Nissan. But I just got into like cars, and it's like, dude, I really like the R34 GTR. So my dream would be at one point to have every GTR from the R31 to the Skylines to what I have now, which is I already have step 1, right guys? I already have step 1 here. But yeah, the attention that you get, it's a little annoying when everybody wants to race you. You just kind of want to chill and not get in trouble with the police, which I already got. I got a ticket the first weekend. The first week of me owning this car, which was back in May 17th, it's been 3 months. I got my first week of owning it. I got a ticket, my first ever ticket. I spent 7 years driving the Challenger recklessly, like an idiot. I'll be honest, like an idiot, racing, spinning around. I was doing donuts. I wasted thousands of dollars on wheels because I was young and dumb. And I never got a ticket. I got on this car for a week and I got a ticket. That's another thing about attention, that the police will look at your car more. The police will find reasons to want to stop you. They will. It's just how it is. So yeah, the police, the wannabe NASCAR or F1 racers wanting to race you down a straight line, and then the random, and then the pictures is like a because I don't mind it. Like, man, like I'm driving, like I drive sometimes around and I go to Miami Beach and I just see these kids, these like 10-year-old kids, and they're just screaming, oh my god, it's a GTR. They pull out their little pink covered phone or their green phone and like, oh my god, they start taking, it's a cool experience. That's really cool for me. Why? Because when I used to drive my Challenger and I saw a GTR on the road, it would legit make my day. Like, it'd make my whole day. Me, a 24, 23, 22, I'm not talking about 12. When I was 21, 22, 23, and even now I'm 24, I'm turning 25 in a month. When I saw a GTR, considering that it's my favorite car, it would legit make my day. I'd go home and talk to my parents. Mom, Dad, I saw a GTR. Look, I took a picture. This car's so beautiful. Same way I'd react to a GT3 RS. Same way I'd react to a Lexus LFA, which would be, if I had fucking money, my next car would be a Lexus LFA. I swear I'm doing like the average car guy, like car goals, but the LFA is gorgeous. Plus it's Lexus. Those cars last years, and those cars are very durable. I not only look for looks, but I like cars that are durable, which is why I don't know if I'd ever want a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. I've spoken to multiple Ferrari and Lamborghini owners. Those cars are 85% of the time in the shop, or you're putting them in your garage and you're looking at them from afar, so they don't go to the shop. But yeah, I guess that's a pro and a con, the attention, because while it feels good, not because of you, but because you're inspiring people. You're looking at cars and you're making people's day. When they see you in this car, it's a different experience. And now I understand when I see like these people in their Ferraris, in their McLarens, in their Koenigseggs, they're driving these cars and everybody's freaking out, and they probably feel so good because on a GTR, everybody's like, oh my lord, your car's so nice, bro, this is my dream car. You push them. You push them to work because they'll see me, I'm a 24-year-old idiot and I'm driving this car. You push them, you inspire them to move forward because they want a car like you, so they work for that car. Now, did I make this car purchase a little, what's that word when you just do something without thinking? You know what I'm trying to say, right? Like I didn't really think about it. I could have definitely put the money that I put into this car, which was $100K, into maybe 2 down payments on 2 apartments and rented them out and delayed my car and got in a 2024 R35 Nismo, right? If I just put my head down and focused. But at the same time, I don't regret it, because what if I just died in a month? What if everything got ruined in a month? I'll just never drive this car. I do not regret driving this car. I think about it like, damn, bro, do you think I maybe should have? No. Because you only live once, man. What would be the cons now? I think the cons wouldn't even have to do with the car. It had to be where I'm at. As you can see, I've been driving down a straight line. I've been driving down a straight line. Usually everything here is flat. You watch these guys, you know, I like Stable Ronaldo because he has this GT3 RS that's just gorgeous, man. It's a beautiful car. I watch all these like people that sell courses. They go to Cali and they're riding down the mountains. That's an awesome experience. I watched this guy, you know, the guy that inspired me to make this video is a guy that's in Cali. He has an ND Miata. right? Like a new Miata, a manual stick shift Miata. And I was like, I want to make a 3-month update too. I feel like that's pretty cool content because I like talking, I like thinking, I like being raw and saying what I think. But like, I see this guy just ripping it up and down these mountains. And I'm like, yeah, bro, that's awesome. As you can see, I've been videotaping for 25 minutes. And it's been a straight line. Actually, I think I'm just gonna make a U-turn here because I'm honestly going a bit too far now. I've been driving straight forward for like 20 something minutes. So we're just gonna go back because I mean, I have nowhere to go that way. I just wanted to make a calm video without any traffic. Should I have picked a highway? Maybe, but the thing is, if I get on a highway, I'm getting crazy drivers. Miami is not the place to have a supercar. Because 95% of the people that live here do not know how to drive a vehicle. They came from Cuba. Don't worry, guys, I'm Cuban. They came from Cuba. They either have no license and they just drive their Nissan Altima or their Honda Civic, or they bullshitted it because the DMV doesn't care enough. The geography, you know, the map, the POIs, you know, too much traffic. There's no like cool things. You know, I could go to Miami Beach, drive by Ocean Drive, but I'm driving 5 miles per hour with people jaywalking, going crazy, partying, drunk, on drugs. Bro, I went to Miami Beach like 2 weeks ago, and there was this homeless person. You know, I hope he's good, or either this homeless person or the person that was just drugged out of his mind, walking in the middle of the street, threatening to throw some dirty rag at my car. And I was like, yeah, bro, I'm about to kill a homeless person. Just kidding, YouTube. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. But I was gonna get really upset. That'd be the biggest con is when you buy a GTR, when you buy a Ferrari, when you buy a Porsche, when you buy a Lambo, when you buy a McLaren, make sure you live in the right place, man. Because if not, you'll end up like me, with a lawn chair looking at my car, because you can't enjoy it unless you drive to a speedway and blow up your engine. You can't just drive it unless you wake up at 9 a.m. and drive a straight line in an empty road. Oh, you know what's another con? It's a con, but it's mixed in with the pros, because I did say how you feel everything in this car is awesome. It feels like you're in a race car. But these streets, which goes back to a mix of the geography and how the car is built, because of the suspension. Look at that. Nice car. That's a Z06. Look at that. Z06 Corvette. Very nice car. Yeah, a mix of the cars, how it's made, and the geography and how the roads are built, is that when there's a little pothole or like a little bump there, bro, you feel it. You feel it in your right. If the bump is on the right side of the road, you'll feel it in your right ass cheek, right? So imagine if there's just these destroyed roads of Miami because the city doesn't care enough to do anything about it, right? Oh yeah. Oh. Okay, wait, that sounds bad. That's another really big con. You have to buy the car at a good place, like literally, like before. If you live in New York, if you live in South Florida, and if you live in a shitty spot in Cali, let's say just downtown LA, maybe try to get an upgrade, move up onto like a more northern side of LA, get closer to the mountains, get rich first. Or if you live if you live anywhere else, like go up to Montana, go up to Kansas, go up to the Midwest, same thing, go a little bit to the left a little bit if you're in New York, go just a little bit to the left, just a little bit. And then you'll be able to enjoy your car more on daily drives, right? You won't have to be worried about the driver behind you rear-ending you because he's too busy on his phone watching Otaola. If you're Cuban and you live here in Miami, you know who I'm talking about. They're too busy listening to a fucking Otaola podcast, you know, to be paying attention to the road, and then they rear-end you. And then the geography of the place that you are really matters when you buy cars like this, when you buy cars like the Italian cars, the German. Look at that, Jesus, look at that. This truck almost drove off the road because this guy's cutting up with the fucking Suburban. Are we serious? You know what I mean? Like, are we serious here? But yeah, to keep it short, because we're already 36 minutes in on recording. The pros, obviously the looks, the sounds of the turbo, the feelings of the cheer of the interior, carbon fiber right here, carbon fiber right down here as well. carbon fiber, it just feels like you're in a race car. The paddle shift just cha cha cha. You know, if you don't drive a normal car, you don't feel that. It feels amazing. The turbo sounds, I said that already. The look of it, and the good attention that you get when you inspire people, when kids oogle at your car, like, wow, dude, I want that car. It makes you feel like, hey, kid, I've been in your boots before. I was in your shoes, and guess what? I have one. That means you could have one too. It's inspirational. It not only inspires them, but it inspires yourself to work harder to get more things to inspire more people. The pros and the cons come back to the same thing, the attention. When you get the racers, you know, the people that think they should be in the F1, the people that play too much Need for Speed, that they want to race you in a straight line, you know, the police, they gave you a lot more attention here. You know, first weekend, I literally kind of like didn't fully stop in a stop sign, and I got a ticket. I did way worse things on my Challenger, and nothing ever happened. The pictures are sometimes a little bothersome, because you're like, yeah, I'm getting pictures taken of me literally all the time, and it's weird. I shouldn't be getting, I have 139 subscribers, right? I don't have a podcast, I'm not a star. I'm getting so many pictures taken of me, and it's weird when you're on the road. But I do not mind when I just genuinely see people that are like surprised by my car. They don't take pictures, they just go, oh my God, and it's an awesome experience. An awesome experience. But yeah, the negatives are when you get those racers, the police, the feeling of this car with these bumpy ass roads, dealing with drivers in South Florida, because I'm always looking at my rearview mirror, like I'm always like seeing how the car behind me is driving to see if I have to like move out or not, you know, because it's that scary. Move out of the way. Stuff like that. So yeah, that's like the catch up, and that's pretty much it. I think I'm gonna kind of just quiet down a little bit now. I think I said my piece. Now we're just gonna, I think I'm just gonna drive. I'm gonna drive to get to the gas station that I like putting gas in, fill up the tank, and then I think I'll just call it there. It just never gets old. Just a gorgeous vehicle. Yeah, I appreciate you guys coming through, watching the video. If you're new to the channel, subscribing would be awesome. I plan to do more car content with various cars. Hopefully hey, come on, open. You're embarrassing me. I plan to do various more car content. I also stream on Kicho FPS. We usually just talk about cars and all that stuff. So yeah, if you're new, subscribe, like the video, comment what you like, comment what's your favorite thing about your GTR, or what you love about the GTR, or just comment what you like about your car. The car doesn't matter, you know what I mean? It's how you feel when you drive it. That's what matters, okay? So yeah, stay safe, appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Appreciate it. Okay, bye.